So, welcome back. This is the last video on the Audi E-tron. It goes back today and the new car gets delivered. So I thought I'd just give my final overview and thoughts on the car. Now, I've had the car for a month now and I've done 1,000 miles. You would have seen the range tests I've done in the last video and the charging. And to be honest, it's a bit of a mixed review, really. I think it's a very nice car, without a doubt. It's a German premium brand, but do I think it's a great car? No, definitely not. The problem I think you have is that this was Audi's first venture into electric cars. And to be honest, if you drive this car down the street, most people wouldn't even realise that it's an electric car. It is basically just an Audi Q7 with batteries. But you know, if that's what you're after, you know, if you want a big premium SUV, then this is, I think, probably the biggest EV out there on the market at the moment. You know, I think it's the heaviest. I think it's like 2,500 kilos. And this is where the downfall comes. So the efficiency of the car is pretty awful, to be honest. And in this modern day of electric cars, there are much better efficient cars out there for half the price of this car. Now, this is the 55 Black Edition, and this is, spec'd as it is £80,000, and it hasn't even got some of the basic stuff that you would expect, like the ACC, which is pretty much standard on most electric cars these days, the adaptive cruise control. And that's something I greatly missed having this. Obviously the car I had before this was the Volkswagen ID3 that did have the adaptive cruise control, and it was great, and it is very well missed, especially when you're driving a tank like this. You know, it's very heavy on the brakes. It's a heavy car, it takes quite a bit to stop it. So this all goes against the efficiency of the car. And as you would have seen, you know, even on the best settings that I had, I could only manage 2.2 kilowatts per miles. Now, in a lot of the smaller EVs, you know, and I don't mean like the tiny little Fiat 500s, but you know, the ID3s, the Konas and that, you're getting upwards of 4.5, so double the miles per kilowatt hour. And that makes a massive difference. You know, I've had this car for the last month, and the weather's been really nice. You know, it's been in the mid-teens up to 20. So, you know, very good conditions for an electric car. As we know, you need warm weather to get the best out of the batteries. And I struggled to get around 200 miles out of it, just over, you know, on the best range test. So what's it going to be like when the temperature falls to below 0? You know, I think you're going to struggle to get anywhere near 150 miles. And then that adds a big problem. Unless you're only going to the school or to the supermarket, any decent, you know, any decent sized journeys, you're going to be charging so often. And you know, especially if you don't have the ability to have a charger at home and you're having to rely on public chargers, it's going to rack up money wise. You know, excuse me. You know, the cost of the ultra rapid chargers are anywhere around 40p. So you know, that will add up. And it's just the fact that you're going to have to keep charging, you know, whereas if you're getting 4.5 to 5 miles per kilowatt hours out of a car, you know, you could go a whole week without having to charge. So that's the big downfall of this car. And I think, you know, eventually this car they'll stop making. They've obviously got the Q4 E-tron out now, which is smaller. Hopefully I'll get that in the next couple of months to do a range test and reviews all on that as well, to see if things have improved. Now, the overall build quality is very nice. You know, this is a premium German made car, so the interior materials and everything are really nice. There's a lot of soft plastics and leather. The seats are very comfortable, fully adjustable, you know, electric front seats for both passenger and driver. You know, it comes with 3 displays, large displays, a big driver display, and the infotainment, and also the air conditioning and that. They've all got their own displays. You would have seen those when I videoed the indoor inside of the cars. I was going to do a video going through the infotainment system, but I think there's a lot of that out there. It's pretty standard and it's pretty basic, to be honest. There's no bells or whistles. It has all the pretty much the standard stuff that you get in a lot of the electric cars. It's big, you know, there's more than enough room for whatever you're going to need. So, you know, would I pay my own money for this car? That would be a categoric no. Would I recommend for anyone to spend this £80,000 on this car? No. There's much better cars out there for the money now. You know, bearing in mind you can get a Tesla for half the cost, double the efficiency and technology, if that's what you want. But even saying that, you know, the Korean cars, the Hyundais and the Konas and that, they are way up there. You know, I still really like the Hyundai Kona, and you know, I mention it in quite a lot of my videos as my sort of benchmark now, I would say. And if I was in the market to buy an EV at the moment, you know, I'd be looking along those lines. You know, the Ioniq 5 and the EV6 are now both out, and I think you're going to get much better functionality in that for your money. But if you want a replacement Chelsea tractor, you know, for the school runs, you know, I want to be a little bit eco-friendly with it, then, you know, this is fine if that's all you're going to be using it for, is to take the kids to school or go down to Waitrose. So, you know, it may not be, you know, agreeing with what everyone else thinks, and you know, from looking at a lot of the reviews and comments and that on the different Audi forums, is that, you know, there seems to be quite a lot of people who have spent a lot of money on this car and aren't 100% happy with it. Now, if I was going out to spend 80k on a car, I would make sure that I was 100% happy, you know, committing all that money to it. So, you know, I hope this has been informative, and, you know, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and then smash that notification bell. I am here at home today waiting for the next car to be delivered, which is a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. So my next series of videos are going to be reviewing the Tesla. You know, I'm quite late to the party. You know, I get lots of comments about, you know, when are you going to review a Tesla, and I've got the opportunity now to do that. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of when I put those videos up. So happy driving, and I will catch up with you in my next video.